This video is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to promote, advertise, or sell tobacco or nicotine products. The content is aimed solely at adult pipe tobacco enthusiasts in regions where such products are legal. Viewer discretion is advised. No links to purchase products are provided, and no sales are offered or implied. It's one of my favorite days of the year. September 22nd, it is Hobbit Day. This is the birthday of Bilbo and Frodo Baggins. Now, you don't have to be a Tolkien fan or a Hobbit, Lord of the Rings fan to enjoy this channel. This channel is about pipe smoking. So if that's something you're interested in, if that's something that you participate in, you may find the content of this channel very enjoyable. And I've even had people say, I don't even smoke a pipe, but I love the videos because they're relaxing, they're informative, so maybe you'll enjoy it either way. Subscribe, hit the like button, and join us here as we delve into this next video in the Smoke With Me series on Hobbit Day. And I've been thinking a lot about what if hobbits, and I realize they're not real, I realize it's a fictional story, but what if you could take hobbits out of Middle Earth and just for a day, bring them in to our world, bring them to Earth, bring them to your neighborhood, bring them to your life for one day. What would you want them to experience? What would you want them to get to see, do? I've been thinking a lot about this, and I don't have it exactly written down hour for hour what I would do, but I have lots of thoughts. So as we enjoy our smoke today, we're going to talk about what would I do if I got to spend some time with a group of hobbits today. Welcome back, Pipers. Hobbiton Piper Kevin here, coming to you from the Arkansas River Valley in America, where it is a thunderstorm, and I love smoking out here in this screened-in back porch area, sunroom area, during a good rain. I live here on the Arkansas River, and all the water droplets from the rain is just dancing off of the top of the river, and so beautiful, so relaxing. That's fun. Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here with me today on Hobbit Day. And I am going to be smoking out of a Missouri Meerschaum Shire Hobbit. This is a brand new one that has some sort of milky white silver acrylic stem. You can get these now with a sapphire blue. I've seen a dune green. So pretty neat. This is what my original one looks like, and one neat thing to see here is the difference in color. You can see how it darkens up over time. And this one's brand new, so you can see the wood dowel in there is fresh. I know some of you doctor these up before you smoke them when they're new. I don't. You've asked me that before. Several of you have asked me that. Do I do anything to my cobs? I don't. I just smoke them until that's good and charred inside, and then it tastes great. So I just do it the natural way, but I know there are some of you who do some pretty neat applications to help with the original flavor, but I just smoke it. So I'm going to try this new one out today, and I'm going to smoke something very special. If you'll remember my pipe tobacco review on PS24 Nougat, there's a very special story about this blend in relation to the Lord of the Rings. So I encourage you to go watch that. If you don't know that story, you'll really enjoy that on Hobbit Day. But this is actually from Rich's Cigar Store. Oh, smelled that immediately when I opened it. Smelled so good. Smelled like a dessert. I'm gonna be loading up with this. September 22nd, the birthday of Bilbo and Frodo. I hope you will join me. That's what the whole point of the Smoke With Me series is. To relax, not get in a hurry, and just enjoy our smoke together. Sitting right beside each other here. So, go get you a pipe. By the end of the video, be sure to tell me what you're smoking it in, and what I may have forgotten to talk about that you might want hobbits to experience in your part of the world or your part of the country, wherever you're at. We have people from all over the world that watch this channel, and thank you so much for being here from wherever you're at today. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about during this particular video, and I thought, what if a group of hobbits decided to come visit, and they had never been to Arkansas before, or the United States before, or in your case, wherever you're at before. What would you want them to experience? What would you want to show them? They don't know anything about Earth. They just know about Middle Earth, but they don't know about our Earth. What would you want to show them? How would you want to spend that day? So we're going to talk about that. I'm distracted by the rain. I love it. It's pretty warm here still. It's still warm here in Arkansas. It was 93 degrees here this afternoon before this rain started. It's still a little muggy, but this rain is helping. Have you got your pipe lit? I know that I would put a great emphasis on what food we were going to eat during this special day. If I had hobbits coming to the house, I would want to make sure that the food plan was on point, because you know these hobbits, they love to eat. They love enjoying good food. So we would start with a homemade breakfast right here at the house. And here in the South, in Arkansas, we love our bacon and eggs and toast and pancakes and biscuits and gravy. That's what I would fix. I would cook all that up for breakfast. And that's how we would start our day. And I know they would love that. I love that. And you know what comes next is second breakfast. So what are you going to do for second breakfast for these hobbits? And I think I would take them to a good local pastry shop. I think they would love seeing all the pastries, maybe the donuts, bagels. We have some good little pastry shops around here, and I would take them to a pastry shop where they could just look over all these different items and pick a few things that they wanted for second breakfast. I think they would really enjoy that. Get some good coffee. We have so many great coffee shops around here. I brew a pretty good cup of coffee here at the house, but we could find some good coffee shops to go with that second breakfast pretty easily around here. And then when it came to 11sies, now we're in true brunch territory. We're in true brunch territory now. Up in Northwest Arkansas, there are some phenomenal brunch locations. Really, I consider almost high-end, expensive brunch locations. Very posh. I'm not sure I would go that route, although I think the Hobbits would find that very interesting. I might, because I really want these Hobbits to get a taste of home and then a taste of the local culture. So I might take them to a good brunch location for 11sies. And then if it was a beautiful day, maybe not during a thunderstorm like this, but if it was a beautiful day, I would want to take them to a good farmer's market. Don't you think that Hobbits would love a good farmer's market? Getting to walk around and see all of the fresh produce, the fresh vegetables and fruits, and a good farmer's market would be fantastic. I could see them walking around and talking to all the vendors, and of course, they were really short. You know, if you don't know much about hobbits, they're very short creatures. They're humanoid, but they've got really big, hairy feet. And they're only about 3.5 feet tall. So, they're little guys. But quite jovial. Love their good food. I think they would enjoy seeing all these items at the farmer's market that they could think about how they were going to take home and cook up some good meals of their own. That's a good idea. Now, lunch is a big deal. Lunch is a big deal. I want this to be super memorable. And I have a couple options. But I think the one that I would go with is I want them to experience good Southern barbecue. We have a really good rib restaurant downtown that makes phenomenal ribs. They start early in the morning. And they smoke those ribs to perfection. Go there and get them a good rack of ribs, some fries, some potatoes, maybe some barbecue baked beans. pair that with a good beer. Oh, they would love that. They would love that. And that just gets us to lunch. So we're having a big day. Now in the afternoon, we're going to have to take these hobbits to a couple places. We're going to have to find a good botanical garden somewhere. Oh, they would love that. All the beautiful flowers and shrubs. And about the time they were getting tired from that, we'd have to have afternoon tea. And my friends in the UK, you could help me out with that, how I should really handle that. But we could set them up with some good afternoon tea. And then I think I would take them to a good library or bookstore, somewhere where they could really see a nice collection of books. Hobbits love books and maps, and I've been to some beautiful libraries across the world. Some really good bookstores. Oh, it'd be hard to get them out of that place. This pipe is smoking excellent for a first smoke. The nougat flavor's coming through. I'm not getting as much of that fresh green wood taste you get from that wood dowel initially, like I usually do, probably because I'm not down to it yet. Toward the end of the smoke, I'll start tasting that. And that goes away. That goes away after you break it in. Get that wood dowel charred. So for dinner, I might throw them a little bit of a curveball, because instead of taking them somewhere really hearty yet, I think I would bring them back to the house, and I would have us get out our pipes, because we haven't even smoked a pipe yet. Probably should have started the day with that. Yeah, let's get up and have breakfast. Then we'll have our first pipe. Then we'll have second breakfast. And then after we go to the bookstores, the library, come back to the house. And for dinner, I'm going to set up a big charcuterie board with like little crackers and cheeses and sliced meats and fruits and little desserts and nuts, and put all that on a big board, put it out in the middle here, have us all sit around here in this room and smoke our pipes and eat off that charcuterie board for dinner. Yes, and then for supper, we are going to go somewhere where they can get a good fish meal. And we don't have a lot of great seafood places here in Arkansas because we're nowhere near the ocean. We can sure cook some southern fried catfish, though. Hobbits will love that. They would love that. Wherever you're from, you could find some food that they would just love. But now it's time to go to the local pub. Now it's time to get out there and truly experience the beers, the ales, the lagers, the IPAs. We're gonna get them feeling good. We're gonna get them dancing, because we're gonna go somewhere that also has live music. If I could find a spot where they were playing some good Southern folk music with fiddles, banjos, drinking our ale. We like to line dance around here. Country bars where there's line dancing. Oh, hobbits would think that was the coolest thing ever. I'm going to have to take them line dancing. And you know what? They would demand to bring as many friends and family as I could get together. They would want it to be a huge party. So I'm going to invite my family. I'm going to invite my friends. We're going to take them out. Oh, what a night that would be. But there's so many things we could have done. We could have gone to a park and walked around. We've got some little ponds. We could walk around. We could go fishing. We could go fishing right here in the river. Go walk through the park. And at the end of it all, we've got to go somewhere, either up on a hill, maybe out to a golf course, somewhere where we can look up and stargaze. Just look at the stars, take our pipes, smoke our evening smokes. I'm going to need him to stay 2 days. I can't fit all this into one day. I got too much I want to show him. And sometime before they leave, I am going to give them gifts. Not sure what yet, but hobbits love to receive gifts and they love to give gifts. Because the joy of giving is so powerful. Hobbits love to give. And they understand that if you love to give, you can't rob someone from the joy of giving to you. So you have to receive and enjoy the receiving of gifts. I kind of learned that over time just with this channel, because at the beginning, you know, people want to send you things. You're a new presenter and they want to send you things. Of course, sure, send me a few things, but then I got to a point where I'm like, I've got too much. I just need to start telling people no. But then I started to realize they were disappointed when I told them not to send me something. I was actually robbing them of that joy of sending me whatever. And I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I need for nothing. I'm very blessed. My wife and I have worked very hard to try to build a modest but comfortable life. And I don't need anything. But the thing is, as long as you're generous back, as a, maybe not one-to-one, but as a person, if you're a generous person in return, it all comes full circle. I was visiting a music store because it was my son's birthday, and I wanted to get him some new bass guitar strings. He plays bass guitar. And I went to a local music store, and I was talking to someone about the various bass guitar string options they had. And another worker behind the counter, several feet down, he walked up and he said, "Do you have a YouTube channel?" And I said, "Yes, I do." He said, "Are you Hobbitonpiper?" And that's the first time that anyone locally had ever recognized me from YouTube. And so we talked, and he wanted to show me all around. He said, I've watched all your videos, and then the other worker said, is that who you're always listening to when you're supposed to be working? So we laughed about that. And I always told myself, if the first time someone locally recognizes me, I'm going to build them a goodie box. So I went back home and I put several blends, several sealed tins in a box, and some pipe cleaners. I made sure I had some Colt Blood Red Moon in there, a sealed tin of that. And do you remember that little, what was it called? Missouri Meerschaum Ozark Mountain Hardwood Bent Rob Roy or something like that. It's a little hardwood. You'll see it in the Pipe Stories playlist. It's a little hardwood pipe. I still have that exact pipe that I smoked during that video. And I cleaned it all up and I put that in his gift box as well. And so I took that back to the music store and gave him that gift. And that gave me such joy to do that. And he, of course, was thrilled. It was a really neat moment. But giving gifts. And that's one reason why I set up a way for you guys to support the channel if you wanted to. Not because it was anything on my priority list necessarily, but because several of you would email me, comment to me and say, how can we support your efforts? And so that's what I set up. Certainly not expected. You can watch all of this content for free. And I want you to be able to do that. I want this to be available to the world for free. But for those that want to help support this channel, you can do that at the link in the description below. And because, yeah, the platform completely demonetized me recently. 100%. So that's how you have to do that now, if you want to do that. And join our fellowship of supporters, as we call it. And I'll add your name to the end of the upcoming videos for the rest of the year. You'll see that in the credits. Just something I want to show how appreciative I am of that, and you'll be listed there. And that reminded me of something too, because I meant to bring them out here. I'm going to go get them. I'll be right back. Who out there knows what this is? I know you know it's the movies, but these editions were, I believe, the first extended edition DVDs that were released. I don't think they came out individually first. I think it was, I should have researched that. Maybe this one came out, and then this one, and then this one, and you bought them individually. I can't remember. You'll have to tell me in the comments. But these are the original extended edition DVD sets. These are like over 20 years old now. Is that not crazy? I want to say 2002 maybe. Let me see if there's any dates on the bottom of these. Yep, 2002. So I have watched this particular set so many times. And of course now Blu-rays came out, and then 4K came out, and now streaming. You can buy them streaming. But something special about hard copies, isn't there? So why I bring these out though is when you first watched these, at the end credits, they showed every single person that had joined the official Lord of the Rings fan club. Every single charter member was listed in the end credits. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And I, to this day, regret not joining the fan club, because my name would have been immortalized on those films. That was so cool. That was so cool that he did that. So that's one of the reasons why I put you guys' name for my Fellowship of Supporters. Why I put your name there in the end credits, because that's pretty cool. Name will be there forever. Man, my glasses are all fogged up. It is so humid out here. I think the storm has passed. Still raining, but that would be an epic day with Hobbit friends. You're going to have to tell me in the comments, what would you do? Where would you take Hobbits to show them around your city, your area, your culture? I'd love to hear that. I read every single comment. Every single comment I have read. So I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful Hobbit Day. Thank you for being here on Hobbit Day. I know it's a tradition. I love this tradition. And until we talk again, go enjoy some good... Oh, wait. One point that I wanted to make is all of those things that I mentioned that I would do if Hobbits were going to come visit. I personally love all of those things regardless. I love all the good food. I love all the good drink. I love smoking a good pipe. I love going and listening to live music, going to libraries, bookstores, farmers markets. Maybe I am a hobbit. But I do love the Hobbit life. And I try to incorporate as much of that into my real life as I can. And I've tried to share so much of that with you guys over the years through this channel and through these videos. So get out there. After you watch the Hobbit and Piper catalog of videos, put your screens down. Put your screens down and get out there. Get out there and experience all these things. Because you don't need the excuse of hobbits coming to visit to have that kind of day. Until we talk again, go enjoy some good food, good drink, and a good piper.